have an urge to be unique? Cool. Well, I'm Faye from Fashion Hound, and seriously, I have uncovered a one-of-a-kind wonderland. And the best bit, the shelves are always fully stocked in this fashion candy store, kids, so you will never go hungry for style. Yep, it's out with the old and in with the zoo. Let me show you, Zoo Emporium.
Zoo Emporium is a modern vintage clothing store. We're the oldest vintage clothing store in Surrey Hills, which is an area which is solely known for that in this day and age. And yeah, we've been around for over 18 years, which is quite a long time. We sell everything from menswear to women's wear, children's wear. We're double level. We expanded last year, which was very exciting. The majority of the stuff that we get is locally sourced. Each of the owners have their own sources. I'm not allowed to divulge exactly where from, but I can tell you that they also have overseas trips to America as well as Europe. Yeah. The zoo customers, everyone from really young teenagers through to your elderly women, through to people who really appreciate vintage clothing. It's such a huge niche market these days, and it's so well known at the moment. Technically, vintage is 20 years prior to the current date, but we like to think of anything that's even 10 years old as vintage. Most fashion magazines refer to things that are that old as vintage as well.
And the appeal of vintage for me is being unique. Is that what it is to you and to your customer?
Well, I mean, personally, my love of vintage comes from my love of fashion history. I mean, I'm a trained fashion designer, so that's where, that's what really excites me. Old clothing has such a rich history, and it's exciting on that level. As for the customer, they come in for so many different reasons, and from our very, authentic vintage customer through to, our kids that like going to music festivals and want to chuck on a little 80s dress or something like that. And vintage is also amazing for party time kind of get-ups. This is really amazing. It almost has, it's 80s, and it almost has a little bit of an Aztec-y kind of country and western, out of control, one night in Bangkok. It's everything that you want it to be, and the perfect party frock for so many different reasons. But yeah, having fun with vintage fashion is really important, and it's fun to put on something that is a little bit crazy, but something that you know you can shine in.